Hello, welcome back to my video series where I've been learning making a game engine using DirectX 11 and C++. And I'm just going to use this time, like the last video, to run over what's changed since last time, what I've been working on, the new features. And so in the last video, I was just showing that I'd created a file parser where I could bring in external models. And so you can see I've brought in another one here. So this is a bow and arrow that I put together. Well, the bow in this case that I drew in or created in, I think I used Blender. Yeah, I used Blender. I haven't been able to work on this for maybe a week and a half or so. I've been busy relocating again, so I'm in maybe the third location in a few videos. Anyway, so I created this model in Blender, the bow and arrow, the bow. This guy I got free, was a free model I found online, but I'm gonna try where I can to create my own models just for the learning curve in that as well. And I also talked about, I think I used the words that I'm gonna look to wrap this up. It's a little confusing based on what I said, and what I meant was that I'm gonna start, I guess, working towards a game in particular, rather than sort of keep building this big open world and play around with DirectX graphics. I think, I've got some basic DirectX graphics, I've got some basic planar shadows, I can bring in external models, so I'm just going to start building a game, essentially. And that's kind of what I meant by wrap it up. I mean, there is still a lot of work to do. So that's where I've put in this ground, which looks a bit more realistic than the smaller square. Obviously, that will require some work as well. I played around with the camera movement as well, so I've now linked it up with the mouse. It took me a while to get that going. To get it going smoothly, and it's still not perfect. You can see maybe it's a little bit shaky, especially if I'm moving around at the same time. But it does the job for now. I might look to try and sharpen that later on if needed. And yeah, and the other things as well. So if I press the left mouse button, I can aim. Again, the arrow is just another model I made in Blender, and I can fire the arrow. It's not quite complete yet. So, for example, essentially at the moment there's just one arrow object in the game, and it only is resetting once the other one goes below essentially the floor. So if I fire straight up, now you'll see that if I'm aiming now, I'm not seeing an arrow until it's actually gone out of screen. So that's just something I need to fix later on. But yeah, that's about it. So again, I haven't had much of a chance to work on this recently, but I'm hoping to get back into it again soon. And in terms of the kind of game I'm going for, I know I've got something Helm's Deep, sort of Lord of the Rings Helm's Deep in my head. Bow and arrow on top of a wall with incoming enemies. The one thing I'm really sort of putting off for now that eventually I'm going to have to come up against is learning how to do animation. So this firing bow and arrow is not using animations. I'm just repositioning the bow, and through the position and rotation, and similarly with the arrow, I'm just repositioning it through time. So currently there's no animations, but certainly if I'm going to have realistic or somewhat realistic AI, I'm going to have to introduce animations at some stage. And yeah, it's a learning curve that I'll come up against at some point, but I'm just putting it off for now. I mean, this is a learning curve in itself, and creating the models in Blender has also been a learning curve. I'm pretty happy with how this bow turned out. I think that little bend in the top of it looks pretty slick, and so yeah, and you can actually see the lighting's looking real nice on the bow there if I just rotate. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where it is at the moment. I'm gonna keep working on it. Hopefully, I'll start up again sometime this week as I begin to settle into my new location. So I just moved to London from New Zealand. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to add in this video. And if you did like it, feel free to like and subscribe. I actually think in terms of from what I understand of YouTube analytics, it doesn't actually make much difference in terms of whether it reappears if you like or subscribe. I think it's based on the kind of thing you watch mostly. But a like and subscribe for me is like I guess some sort of affirmation that people want me to continue doing this. And similarly, if you have any suggestions or anything in particular you want to see, just let me know in the comments. I will continue to put up my GitHub code for now, and so you can find a link to that in the comments section. Otherwise, yeah, see you for the next video sometime.